Hey, what's going on, Soul Nation? Ginger Prime here, and this is going to be a little bit of a discussion video. I was working on a new player frequently asked questions for Godfall video, basically trying to culminate all the information so that you know what to expect on November the 12th. However, one thing was clear and confusing at the same time, and that's the state of crossplay. I want to jump into that first, and then we're going to talk about the system's minimum and recommended specs for PC. So if you're on a PS5, thanks for checking out this video. There's really not much here for you. I hope you come and check back out others. That's where I'm going to leave you guys. Thanks for being here. But this is really going to be focusing on the PC kind of connection here. It kind of started when I was just obviously Googling, does Godfall have crossplay? And then I was like, well, I wasn't getting any kind of answer. And that started to become concerning. So I decided to kind of step into the world of Twitter, which can be iffy at all in any way. But I did decide to see if there was any latest tweets about it. And what we got is a wall of people asking this very same question. Matthew here says, "Hey Rex, hey mate, not sure if you know, but I'm just trying to find out if Godfall is crossplay at all. If you've done a video on it, please link it." Beams is saying, "Does Godfall have crossplay between PS5 and PC?" Repeating that again at the same time, tweeting out multiple people in this case. "Do not buy Godfall till they give an answer about crossplay or not." That's from Pretzels. Gearbox Official, "Does Godfall have cross progression or crossplay between the PC and PS5? I bought it on the Epic Games Store and I want to know if I need to or can buy it and play it on the PS5 with the same character." Maybe you guys can find out if Godfall has crossplay between PC and PS5 in this case. And again, this just goes on and on and on. And so I really want to kind of just take a minute, take a beat and say, guys, if crossplay is important to you, you're going to need to wait till the 12th or at least sometime in the next 10 days. It does seem concerning, and I'm not going to sit here and knock them for this. I don't want to sit here and say, well, it's a break. It's a breaking term because this game could be amazing. I don't know. I haven't played it, and hopefully I'll get the opportunity. But that kind of brings me to the system specs. And if you are not, like I said, if you're not on PS5, the system specs here for the minimum and the recommended, let's talk about them here right now. Windows 10 should be no shocker there. AMD Ryzen 5 1600 or Core i5 6600, 12 gigs of RAM, a Radeon RX 580 dyslexia, 8 gigs, or an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 6 gigs. Minimum. Like honestly, the core part of the gamer in me is excited to see games like level up with their system requirements. It's one of the exciting things about next gen is it does allow PC to push it a little bit more. And so that's one side of it. I do not know, because I couldn't find an answer, if Godfall is going to be supported a part of GeForce Now. It will be supported on Shadow, but we'll have to play around with those specs because when we get into the recommended, a 3600 Ryzen 5, an Intel Core i7 8700. I don't have that on my local PC. I don't have the ability. I do not have that kind of processor here. And then I do have the RAM requirement at 16, but really where the graphics cards get you on the recommended is a Titan Edition GeForce GTX 1080 11 gigs or the Radeon RX 5700 XT at 8 gigs. Those are some beefy cards. Now, maybe you've been lucky enough to score like a 2080 or 3080 or something along those lines. And if you are, tip of the hat, congratulations for that. Hope you enjoy it. But I wanted to talk about those specs in the same context as crossplay. So I haven't really kind of shared too much about this on the channel. And, again, this is just more kind of an opinion discussion video. So any and all thoughts are obviously welcome in the comments below. Love to hear what you think about it. But Avengers is kind of the thing that kind of comes to mind. Now, Avengers has many really good things going for it, many really bad things going for it. One of the things that I think is hurting it drastically is the lack of crossplay. I think when you look at games, like if you had the choice between two action looty games, and one had crossplay, cross-save, cross-progression, etc., the other did not, I think it's easy to gravitate towards one where you feel like you can pick up and play anywhere with anybody versus like a new game. It's like, I hope that as the industry goes forward, especially these kind of games specifically, especially it's shocking, here we are 10 days out and no core answer. If they come in the next 10 days and they make this video completely irrelevant, thank you. Like, that's all I want. Like, I want this video to be completely pointless, that in a way that it's like we can come back and say, yep, we've got crossplay, so maybe check a link in the description if you're watching it sometime in the future, seeing if Godfall finally supports crossplay. But I think it's actually that important, and it's strange, even though it's a PS5 exclusive and Epic Game Store exclusive, which Epic Game Store said that it's 12 months exclusive. So note that you won't see this on Steam, but it will be available on PC in that regards. I would assume that if it is going to come to another console, which they say we're not talking about that right now, we're going to see that sometime in 12 months. That's just kind of how it's going to be. At that point, it's absolutely got to have crossplay. Otherwise, I think you're going to see it limp across that finish line for 12 months, and then people might not necessarily be interested in it. But if it does have crossplay and cross progression, that's a real win. And maybe that's why we haven't heard of it. Maybe they don't want to hurt their pre-order sales. They want to get you in, maybe get you hooked. Maybe the game's that good that you're just going to be hooked. It's not going to matter. You're going to have a great time. And then, oh, by the way, it's been 12 months. You've been playing this game for 12 months and having a blast. Now, even more people are coming in, and it doesn't matter that, you know, they're on Xbox or they're on Steam. It doesn't matter because we're going to support crossplay or something like that. I'm hearing rumors that even Borderlands 3 is going to finally be adding that officially to the whole thing, which I think that's one of the things that's overall hurt Borderlands 3. One of the things I was talking about well over a year ago, things that concerned me about that game and how, like, my personal thoughts on it. People call me an idiot. People aren't playing it now. I guess I was right. So I hate that I'm right. Like, I honestly do. People say they don't want me to get like a big head and be unhumble. So let's just rephrase that. I hate that I called it the way that I saw it. I wish that I was wrong. I really do. Sometimes when I look at these things, I just wish I was wrong, because I just want people to have fun with their freaking games. All right, so I kind of lost a little train of thought here, but bringing it back to kind of this final thought. If you've come into this video and you're still here with me, thanks for being here. If you're hoping for good news, it's 10 days out. It just seems like a weird time to announce it within the next 10 days. It seems like a fine announcement once the game is out and they can kind of look at the reception. The hype can kind of play. People can, you know, stream it, can play it, go hands-on with it. I think that's when we're going to hear more. Now, if we get so randomly lucky and I can give you some real-world impressions of the game, just note that I will. I'm not sitting here counting it out. I just think that in 2020, and then as we go forward, when we look at games that are going to be supporting it at launch, I think it's going to become a requirement for these multiplayer action, any kind of RPG, any kind of looter. I think when you start looking at those games, even if Anthem, doesn't have it in 2.0, that's going to be like what you were rebuilding the game, and what do you waste? Like, you got to give people the ability to play wherever the hell they want with whoever they want. Especially with these games that have or at least are designed for that repeated sense of play. Those are my thoughts. I'd love to know yours. Sorry that I was really hoping to kind of get more information, and then this kind of came up, and I was just like, oh God. Oh, Godfall. Why is there not crossplay? Like, where is this? People are hungry for it. I could not find, and it was just weird that there was not any kind of official statement, which does send up some red flags. That's just my thoughts. I'm not judging anybody for thinking one way or the other. If you feel like I'm an idiot for my opinion, you can tell me. I welcome it in the comments below. If you feel like you enjoyed this video, and for some reason this is the one that hits that like button, hits that subscribe button, let me know in the comments so I can actually welcome you officially to the Soul Nation. I'm going to leave it at that, and hopefully we'll find some really good news and some awesome videos to cover for you guys over the course of this week. But I'm going to wrap it up for Ginger Prime. My name's Brian. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you in my next video. But until then, take care. This video is sponsored by me, Ginger Prime. Hopefully you'll check out my podcast channel, Ginger Gaming Radio, which we have lots of guests, lots of great conversations, and even more highlights. Links are in the description below. Let me know what you think. Thanks.